Celebrity Big Brother's bit on the psyche of 2014.
First show, everyone! Can't go wrong. And, yeah, think of this show as a big up yours to all those people who said I couldn't present a serious psych programme.
Yeah, he's wearing glasses because he's dead clever. Yeah. Coming up, we'll be discussing designer facial hair, as well as having an in-depth debate about studded platform boots.
Fabulous, but sadly not true.
Yeah,
every Saturday night, Ian and I will be getting into the psychology that keeps the celebs' brains ticking over.
Watch what you say, Rylan, because I know that there are celebrities in there, but I do not believe for a second that Lee Ryan has a brain in his head. So let's just stick to the facts.
Already begun. Now, listen, every week we're going to be joined by a legendary ex-celeb housemate who drank and drank and drank.
Yeah.
And, she drank.
Yeah, that's the fella.
Cheers, both. In fact, you'll probably remember her time in the house more than she does.
That's right, it's a woman whose lips are looser than I suspect Casey and Jasmine's combined. You make the most of that. Welcome the one and only Carol McGiffin.
Yes, Carol! What? I'm taking these off because I feel too intelligent.
Boy, oh boy, I can feel the brainwaves just floating off of your quiff.
Thank you so much.
There's something floating off you. Now, Carol, you're going to be joining us every Saturday.
I am.
And what better way to start a new year than with a batch of new celebrities? What do you make of the new celebs so far?
Well, I love the lineup. I honestly think it's a great one.
We're loving the lineup, aren't we, guys, this year? We are.
Because they're such a giant bunch of show-offs, every single one of them. There were quite a few quiet people in our house, and that was nice. It was nice to have them there, you know, calming influences. This lot are all firecrackers. And it is going to kick off.
Do you think it's like ego central?
It really is ego central. They haven't really started yet because on the first 24 hours they're always nicey. Oh, it's a great bunch of people. You just wait.
You say it hasn't started. As a first episode, I thought that was a cracking start to the series.
Yeah, but there was no fighting, was there? There was no disagreement. There were a few faces.
There wasn't fighting, but we did have the shackles of celebrity. What are you making of the twist?
Well, I loved it, and I'm so glad that it started right from the off because, you know, the celebrities go in there and they think, oh, the first night it's a piece of piss, we can just piss it up. You know, that's what we did. It was great.
That's what Jasmine did.
We had the best night. Well, somehow she did. Yeah, she seems to be the only one.
Carol, what's been your highlight of episode 1?
I think my favourite bit of that whole episode was the conversation between Louisa and Evander.
Oh, my God, awkward.
It was so awkward, it was just hilarious. When they were talking about not being able to, he was saying he couldn't be himself and he couldn't take his clothes off and put his pyjamas on, and Louisa literally began to undress him with her mind.
I found this bit very erotic. It gave me a massive boner. Let's have a look at it. Not the boner, the clip.
Do you just not say much, or do you just not like me?
No, you know, my whole thing is just
Surreal.
I can't get my jacket off, and I'm hot.
You could undo your shirt.
But the thing is, but you can't put on your pajamas.
I guess you'll just have to take your trousers off, undo your shirt, and I'll just... Yeah, I can't get this dress off. I really don't want to sleep in this dress. It's new, and it was quite expensive.
You dirty
man! I'm actually imagining it.
Well, she definitely is. The first time when she said it, she went, you could take your shirt off.
It was the mouth. It was the mouth. I mean, I'm not one to talk about mouths, let's be fair. Mine is probably more famous than I am. But the mouth was like...
shuddering with excitement. Almost like she had a vibrator underneath the sofa.
Sorry. Oh, we've gone there already.
That is actually on the
Seriously?
contraband list. You're not allowed to take them in, Carol.
Aren't you?
No.
Aren't you?
I don't know how you smuggled yours in. What about you? What was your favourite part?
I'm really enjoying Dappy at the moment. And there's the bit... Yeah, Dappy, isn't he? Isn't he? And the bit where he's with Jasmine... And do you like good boy or naughty boys? Good boys or naughty boys? And he gets a little bit touchy. It's uncomfortable.
Is this the bit with the teeth?
Yeah. He does like a horse bite.
Let's have a look.
Oh, yeah.
Do you like good boys or bad boys?
Bad boys.
You don't like bad boys like me. I'm joking.
I like you. You're sweet.
Listen.
Stop making fun of me when I fall.
You just look, come here, look at that leg. You see that leg?
Ow!
Bow.
Right there.
Nice tight little wave.
Fingers a little bit.
You got a nice tight little waist there.
Did Sam look like she was bending over in that clip in order to facilitate
I think we need to
something?
take a moment to hashtag a Save Sam campaign.
Yeah.
Poor Sam Fairs.
She was tucking in there, though.
She was like,
But fair play to Dappy, all right? Fair play to him. He's got a ridiculous name and stupid tattoos and the worst haircut I've ever seen in my life.
And many accents.
He does like 10 accents. It's the bit where he goes into the diary room. He starts off all posh, then remembers, oh yeah, I'm dappy innit, so I've got to talk like that. I'm going to go presidential style. Now, I've never seen the president address the nation like this. That's crazy. But fair play, he wants to work it, and he works it. Yes, it's a little bit creepy and it's not wanted, but he had a go. Good
luck to him.
What's been your best bit?
My favourite part was Lionel for the final Blair's face.
That's your winner, ladies and gentlemen. That is
my
your winner,
now.
I tell you now.
Lionel Blair's face when Jasmine was giving the whole finger.
Oh my
Chat.
God, that was gross.
I think we should remind ourselves of Lionel's
Yeah.
Finger bang each other, yes.
Finger bang each other. What does it consist of? A finger going into what?
Vagina or an asshole, I don't know.
Okay.
Would you like to retire? I would love to retire.
Yes, so would I. Come on.
Take your cigarette. We all swear, but that's stick my finger up. I mean, not really nice.
Poor Lionel Blair.
He's gone.
Lionel.
Within seconds, it's gone from him showing off Sammy Davis Jr.'s dollar coin to talking about finger banging. That's quite a twist in conversation, isn't
That's
it?
Big Brother, innit?
Would you have that sort of conversation in front of the legend that is Lionel Blair?
Oh God, no. No, I don't think I talked about
Finger banging.
No, no, definitely not in that, and
good for you.
especially not in front of Lionel. Poor Lionel.
He's 82 years old. That is like having that conversation in front of your granddad, isn't it? Just
Yeah, I feel more sorry
someone's
for
had
him
that
than I do
conversation, I
Sam.
think, over there. I've got to say, you can never tell from episode 1. It flops and changes. I really think Lionel is looking really strong. I think he could be a winner. Just because he seems like, if he keeps that going, he's such a nice old boy. He's got all these showbiz stories. He'll do a little soft shoe shuffle and play a little bit, give us a clue. A little bit of tap.
And I love the way Ollie is taking care of him.
Oh, they're such a good match.
Yeah.
I said the second that they were chained together, I was like, yes,
Yeah.
that is a pair made in
It
heaven.
does look like he's been shackled to his granddad, though, doesn't it? So he doesn't get lost in
I love
Sainsbury's. That's what it's
I
like.
love that though.
It's really sweet. It's really sweet. I think it's cracking.
It is sweet. Ollie's sweet. I think Ollie's lovely. He looks like he's been in a toothpaste advert. Ding.
Well, I'm not going to have any comment on that, so... Thank you. Good bit of chat there,
Good
guys.
bit
I
of
think
chat.
that's a little bit
Strong
We're
chat.
getting now. Still to come, we're going to explore what effect the first 24 hours would have had on our housemates and our US immigrants, Evander and Jasmine.
Little tip, Rylan, there is someone from the Daily Mail in there. Don't mention immigrants or they'll kick off. OK. See you in a few minutes. Welcome back to Big Brother's Bit on the Site, presented by the hottest double act since Ant and Dec, and that's according to internet forum Digital Spy.
Shut up, really? They voted us that?
No, they still absolutely hate us. But onwards and upwards, my lanky bearded friend, because I've got a treat for you. Yes, it's time to reacquaint ourselves with our very own psychologist. It's Rachel Morris, ladies and gentlemen.
Annie Lennox is back in the building. But listen, Carol, the last time that us two were on a panel together wasn't Loose Women. It was when we were in the house, wasn't it? When
BB
I come in
Bitch
and
Fest.
did Big Brother's Bitch Fest.
Yeah, it was
But
great.
listen, Carol, you wasn't very nice about a certain Sophie Anderton on that panel, was you? You were a bit of an old cow to her.
Hey? Other way round?
No, you're a bit of a cow to her. And I just want to say, I don't want nothing like that on Channel 5 no more. I don't want that awkwardness.
I'll stop you there.
It never
Yes,
happened.
we do want that awkwardness. Christmas might be over, but this is the gift that money can buy. It's Sophie Anderton!
How are you? Are you well? You well? And indeed.
Grab a seat.
Hi, Carol. How are you
Hi,
going?
Sophie. All right, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
What?
Hashtag really awkward.
Maybe
Now-
for everyone else. Chat.
Yeah. Okay, now while Carol and Sophie catch up on each other's Christmases, let's have a look at how Jasmine is feeling the morning after the night before.
How you feeling, Jasmine?
Not my best.
But you were so sober.
You had fun.
I had a little too much fun.
I'll show you the damage in a minute. Or is it?
I broke something my first night. That's normal. It's completely normal.
Hilarious. Yes, you broke your poor doggy.
I broke my ass is what I broke. Big Brother supplies our aspirin, or we're supposed to bring our own?
Lionel is still giving the looks.
Lionel's not going to stop them.
He's thinking, you dirty, dirty little tramp. Now, Sophie, the first 24 hours in the house, what are they like?
It was different for us because I was locked up with Louis and with Lauren, which I don't think was an advantage for us. But from watching everybody else, I mean, it is quite awkward. You're getting to know people, working out boundaries. And I think for the first, everyone thinks they can work everyone else out in the first 24 hours. Well, no, especially if people are playing a game, it's very difficult. So it takes a good week to really
get into it and really see people's characters. Rachel, what classic behavioural signs do we sort of see from the celebs in the first 24 hours?
Well, the first 24 hours is about taking an immature group and growing it. So it's about, trying to find out who's going to take what roles. It's a bit like a pack of cards. It kind of shuffles and reshuffles until the natural leaders emerge.
Yeah.
And then there's various roles that are left for everybody else to take, which is sometimes why a group splits up, because if there's more than one very, very dominant natural leader, two groups have to form, or they just have to fight it out.
Carol, when you go in the house, the celebrity house, and you see people and you recognise them, you're going to know things or have prejudices about those people.
Yeah.
Is it hard to put them to one side when you go in?
No, it wasn't hard for me, but they do exist. They have to, because you do know about certain people. I knew quite a few people in that house, and I'd met quite a few as well. But when you get in there, it's almost as though it's like a giant leveller. Everybody is the same. You're all in there for the same reasons, usually. It's either money, isn't it, or profile, or got nothing better to do, a bit like me. Everybody's the same. So you have to start from scratch. So it was quite easy, and I was prepared to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. I'd heard a lot of things about a lot of people, and I took no notice, and I thought, I'm going to form my own opinion of these people inside this house. And it's always different, because it's just a weird place to be.
Obviously, rather than watching them on the telly and making a judgment.
Yeah.
But then, on the flip side, Sophie, you were in the cult of celebrity.
Yes.
So you were watching them on the TV for 24 hours before you went into the main house. So had you made your mind up then, or did you make your mind up when you went in?
I have to say the other two members of Cult of Celebrity, I think, made quite firm decisions on a few people in there. And
Which was Louis and Lauren.
Yeah, and I was trying to stay impartial because it isn't. Watching other people, you're only getting to see the clips which you're allowed to see by Big Brother. So it's very biased by Big Brother. They've got complete control over what you're being allowed to see. So you're not seeing the whole picture. So for me, it was kind of my attitude was, okay, I'm going to go in and just meet everybody on face value. And I do think it was a disadvantage for us because we've been watching everyone, and it was kind of an anticlimax, really, being stuck in that room and then having to go into the house rather than starting off, on the same basis as everybody else.
The decisions and the impressions you got about the people in that first day, were you right with those impressions? Did they stick or did they change as time went on?
I'm trying to remember. It feels such a long time ago. I think with a couple of people, I was definitely right. I remember saving Abs. I know I really fought for him, and I still stand by my decision on that. My decision about Danielle and where I stood with Danielle, I still stand by. We won't go into that.
Surprise.
What a surprise. But I was right about her, and she proved her true colours came out. But with other people, I have to say, there were a few people who had kind of multi-personalities. They kind of evolved as the show went on. So, Lauren was my biggest surprise because I didn't think her and I would hit it off. And obviously we were put into that room. And yeah, you know, there are difficult. I mean, if I was put with my best friend for 2 weeks, we'd end up wanting to kill each other at some point. So it is a very difficult environment.
Rachel, why are the first 24 hours so important in making alliances and then getting a picture of people?
I actually don't think it's about making alliances. The first 24 hours is about kind of displaying your social persona, how you want to be seen and how you see yourself and how you can best put that across. It's after that you engage with your personal persona, who you are, who you really are. What makes you tick, what makes you vulnerable, what makes you laugh. That kind of comes later. That first 24 hours is like a cloudy room.
Did you say that though with this though? Because even in the first evening, we're seeing Dappy being a bit leery. We're seeing Lionel Blair being a little bit of an annoyed granddad. We're seeing Jasmine be a tart. We're kind of...
Hang on. These are their social personas.
Wow.
Dappy wants you to think that he's this leery guy, but actually, one look from Lionel and he's all, I'm terribly sorry, did I interrupt?
Everyone's different on the first night.
Yeah,
but let's talk.
But
let's talk about first night, because obviously, like yourself, I was involved in the first night launch twist, and in that first 24 hours to make such a big decision. It's quite a hard responsibility. So last night we saw Jim and Linda given that responsibility. Yes. Do you think that they made the right choice unshackling Dappy and Liz?
I don't really think there's a right or wrong choice because they don't know anyone in there. They've only just met themselves, so they're making a decision after they've been in there for 40 minutes, 45 minutes when they made that decision. So they don't even know each other, let alone know the other housemates. So how they can make that decision, make a right or wrong decision, there isn't one.
No, it was the wrong decision because Linda really should have just separated herself straight away from Jim Davison. Why did she not do it when she had the opportunity?
I know that you are annoyed that Dappy and Liz aren't still shackled. Tell me why.
Because I would have loved to have seen... I do not believe that Liz Jones was happy in the slightest being attached to anybody.
I have to say, I do agree, because I know I've met Liz and I've worked with her, and I don't think she would be happy being...
So I think she was delighted to be separated.
Rachel, what do you think? From a psychologist's point of view, do you think that she was genuinely happy being with Dappy?
I actually do. We've already had a row in the green room about this because I don't know Liz Jones at all. But what I do know is that she's quite a nervous character who spends an awful lot of time alone and hasn't been on television, hasn't spent loads of time on telly. And the thing is, Dappy appeared to be quite confident initially, but actually he was also really nervous. What they picked up on him being stressed was true. They were both quite nervous, but attached to each other. I think it made her feel a little bit safer. For 5 minutes at least. 5 minutes.
As we know, Dappy's recently been kicked in the face by a horse, so you could understand why he would be quite nervous.
He was quite scared of the tattoo that Liz showed him, I noticed, the horse tattoo.
Yeah, that would be...
No, not again! The tattoo.
It's another horse in it! Get away from me!
I was just waiting for the teeth joke there as well.
Yeah.
I know what you're like.
I would never do a teeth joke.
Carol, how rife is the paranoia in there in that first 24 hours? You've just walked through them doors, you hear them go bang right behind you.
Yeah.
You like that? Because obviously Mario, he was very paranoid on that first night.
Well, it was all Mario. You know, I just thought, I'm sure something's going on here. You know, the timings of everybody going in, it was quite obvious that there were more people somewhere. Yeah. But I just couldn't be bothered to think about it. I just wanted to enjoy myself and have a good night, which I did, obviously.
We noticed, yes, we saw.
And so did Mario. But Mario was absolutely obsessed with trying to suss out what was going on with Big Brother. And I know there's people behind that wall. I know there's someone. It was almost like spoiling his time.
We didn't see all of this when we were in the cult.
Yeah, he was. And he got it absolutely right. And he did.
Rachel,
he
very
knew
quickly,
who was in there and everything.
Do you think the other housemates' egos might be a little bit bruised because they weren't chosen and Jim was chosen for this task?
No, I don't think so. I mean, this is a house of young, highly sexually motivated, attractive young people who are on television right now. I think they're going to look at Jim and Linda and see them as nice has-beens, old folk on the other side. I don't think they're going to see them as competition at all. If they had have been competition, then the egos might have been alerted. But as it is, I think they thought, oh, bless, mum and dad.
Good bit of chat there, guys. Meet in the room. Cheers, guys. Well, listen, I think it is pretty obvious that Big Brother picks the housemates with the best eyebrows for launch night. Still to come, Ian and a woman who bears more than a passing resemblance to Annie Lennox. Rachel, I'm talking about you. Take a snoop around the Big Brother house. We'll see you after this. Welcome back to Bit on the Site. Now, Ian,
Yeah, hello.
did you know that Linda Nolan used to be known as the Naughty Nolan?
I did not know that, no.
No. I mean, look, what if you were a Nolan? What would your Nolan nickname be?
I don't know what my Nolan nickname would be, but judging from what you showed me in the break, you'd be Ginger Nolan.
Said you weren't going to bring it up.
Sorry, Ryan.
Just put the VTF on Randy House.
So, it's a new year, it's a new series of CBB, and just like Miley Cyrus, we've gone for a brand new look. To help me have a look around the house and see what's happening, I've got resident CBB psych, Rachel Morris. Hello, Rachel.
Hello.
What do you think so far, the entrance?
The oil paintings.
Yeah.
That kind of sets the scene for a very glamorous, historical, romantic scene, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
if I can just point out one to you. Hello, naughty ladies. Hey? Look at the decadence. Look, there is a chandelier made of gold goblets, for goodness sakes, huh? It's a little bit like my house. Whoa, there's a giant polar bear. This is awesome, isn't it?
We've lost the round table. This is much more like a very regal, but a very family kind of dinner.
You're right, someone's going to have to sit there and assume parenthood leadership.
Yeah, the head of the table.
Yep.
Now that's refrigeration splendour.
Hey, I like these guys. Horny.
Oh my goodness! Oh my God! That's a sovereign punching cup.
Whoa.
Typically, the person who does the cooking has all the power. From this position, not only do they have that power, but they have observational prowess.
Can I ask you a question that I've always wanted to ask you? Would you join me in the bedroom?
Well,
oh wow! This is awesome.
oh, I accidentally fell over.
Yeah,
onto
you
the
used that
fur.
one before, love.
It's utterly opulent. But what I'm interested in is what's Big Brother telling our housemates by putting masquerade masks
Swingers.
everywhere? It's all a game.
Oh.
Who's hiding what, behind whom?
What? Now look at all these shoes. There are more shoes than my local Clarks.
These shoes do not move.
We all know that celebrities are very, very light-fingered. Wow. This is the garden.
Oh my goodness.
Let's go have a look at the jail, guarded by 2 lions.
Oh, don't mind if I do.
Please, she's been very naughty.
Lock up the sights. Let me out.
Look at this fella. Hey, you want to put that away in the cold? You're doing yourself no favours, mate. Oh, it's nice and warm.
Inside of here is a proscenium arch, and it actually looks like a stage. Down there is the play. All the world's a stage, and all the actors really play as
music is the food of love, then let's go and have a nosh up. What do you think of the house? Is it going to cause some upsets this year, do you think?
Looking at the house itself, it looks like pure luxury. So I can't imagine what Big Brother's going to do, but I do think he's lulling people into a false sense of security, and they should keep their eyes on guard. They should be on guard.
Keep your eyes on guard, celebrities. Let's see what happens. Can't wait. It is very naughty. That's the clean version. It is very, very nice in there. I tell you what's good. The smell of new carpet.
Oh,
the
yeah.
whole thing stinks of new carpet,
does.
the second best smell in the world.
Oh, it smells like carpet, right? But listen, at first glance, it is. That house does look like it's got more glitz and glam than, like, you know, the sparkle sweat on Lionel Blair's brow after all that finger bangs on. Rach,
Finger bang. I've got their second album somewhere, I think.
I don't even want to know. Rachel, is that house a comfortable environment for us celebs?
I'm not saying it's not comfortable to sit in, but it does have a feel of a theatrical set. You feel like you're on a film set. And there's this kind of idea that it looks like the real thing, but you tap on anything, you move anything.
The marble staircase that's
it sort of caves away.
Is it not real marble?
Do you think that is real marble? A bit on the side, our staircase is real marble. That can only just about fold me, and I'm cheap.
I do think that it's very clever, because this is about Big Brother's kind of building up the idea of a masquerade it's not how it looks.
No,
It's not what it
it
looks
doesn't
like.
feel it.
And maybe the housemates aren't either.
Oh.
I had to go into a bit of Southern then.
It's got into a bit of Cockney. It's
Yeah.
like the cast of Oliver's.
It might be the S, mate, not either.
Carol, are you gutted that you weren't living in this house? I
Oh,
know.
I'm so pissed off. Seriously, our house was such a dump, wasn't it? It had 10 weeks of the other big brother, and it was just wrecked. And, you know, they put a splodge of paint here and a splodge of paint there. That was it. The carpets were all stained, and there was all hair everywhere. It was horrible.
Yeah, we won't even go into the bathroom.
No, the bathrooms were gross.
Well,
as well.
who cleans up the bathroom? Do you? Because you've
No,
got other
I
people's...
did. I cleaned the bloody bathroom.
Really?
Nobody comes in to clean anything in there, and they don't
And we
supply.
we weren't even given a vacuum cleaner or anything.
No, for 2 weeks, no vacuum cleaner, and Lauren kept hiding the cleaner materials, and she was using it to clean.
And we won't go into
something
what
else.
you used to find in the bathrooms.
I'm assuming pubic hair.
No,
Worse.
It's always really bad, really
gross.
bad.
But that house is great, and they've got shoes on the wall. All we had was fake
I'm sorry,
work,
Carol, you
fake
can keep
books.
talking, but everyone's just concerned what you fucking found in the bathroom. I think we better move on.
Yes, Rachel.
Disgusting.
Let's move on because I quite like this job. Rachel, will the design of the house allow for sort of packs to develop? Do you think?
Well, the kind of shifting the kitchen around is going to help that actually, because now we've got this dining table that's going to act as the Great Wall of China between the living room area and the kitchen and outside. So I think if there are going to be packs emerging, which of course there will, because that's the law of group dynamics, they're going to have their own home. And then there's the bathroom, which is going to provide an incredibly intimate environment for 1, 2, 3 or 4 people to sit around and talk about the
It's
rest
much
of the
better
house.
than ours was.
Get over it! Get over it!
Seriously, something to give her a
Let
bit.
it go!
We had sunshine. We had the summer.
Well, saying that, this is what I was going to ask
Yeah.
you. You were in the summer version of Celeb. This is the winter
Thank
version
God.
of Celeb.
Not on your Nelly would I sign up for this.
But this is what I was going to say. How do you think you would have coped with not being able to use the outdoor space as much as you'd probably like to? I mean,
Lockdown
you know
was
what the weather's
horrible,
like at
wasn't
the minute.
it? Yeah.
It's awful.
There would have been death in the house.
Lockdown saved lockdown. The only thing that saved everyone from not killing each other was the fact that we knew we'd be released soon
Go
to go out into
outside.
the sunshine. They have torrential rain apparently, according
Well,
to
we
weather
had snow
forecast for the
last
next-
year. We
Yeah,
had snow for a whole week. So
Snow's not as bad as torrential rain.
it's such a hard life. We had snow last week. We haven't got the sunshine. Now you got a massive fucking check. Shut up and deal with it. Jesus Christ.
Excuse me. I wasn't moaning. I was just saying we had snow. And Heidi and Spencer kicked the snowman to shit.
Now, right, I'll build you another one. Rachel, in psychological terms, what does the new diary room chair say to you?
The diary room.
I'm all right. Just carry on, please.
I think it's meant to do 2 things. I think it's meant to empower. Are you sure you want a serious response to this?
Yeah, go on. Why not? We'll always get one in.
Okay. I think it's meant to empower. It's a golden throne, for goodness sake. It's got wings. It's mythical in its...
It's actually gone wrong.
All
The Ark of the
that.
Covenant, yeah.
So, I like that. I wish I'd thought of that. So, anyway, so it's meant to empower and also to protect, because even though it's a big gold throne, you've actually got 2 lions, the symbol of courage and strength, and they're there to look after you. You can pet them, stroke them.
Well, everyone's
It's
sitting
very
there pulling their
comforting.
eyes out. Yeah, that's a real sign of strength.
But you know what? There are lions dotted around the whole house, and I think this could be a very subtle symbology about being brave, have courage, be proud, go forth, and of course, in animal terms, the men just lie around and wait for the women to feed them.
Oh, well, that's normal, isn't it?
Right?
That's in human terms.
Sophie, how important is it, do you think, for the housemates to feel safe in the diary room?
Well, for great television, it's very important they feel safe in the diary room.
Did you feel you were tricked, lulled into a false sense of security in there a bit, so you'd reveal more?
I would say that there were a few times where I was a lot more relaxed because I wasn't surrounded by everyone in the house. So yes, I did relax a lot more. But then you suddenly go, oh my God, actually, no, there's a whole nation watching this show and everyone's going to see what... But I do think some people just actually think they're going in there and they're actually just talking to this voice. And they kind of forget. I mean, we've seen clips of, what's going on in the house, and it's obvious that certain people in the house are already forgetting they're on national television.
Yeah.
God knows what's going to come out in the diary room. I mean, I can't wait. So I do think there are people, if you're not if you haven't done one of these shows before, or you haven't actually been told really how it works, I do think that it could be quite interesting.
Well, I
this
suspect
show.
that Jasmine's vagina is going to come out in the diary room. Let's head to the.
Poor Ryan's about to throw
Let's
up.
head to the diary room now. Here's an exclusive from today, and Lionel is chatting up last night's events.
Is there anything Jasmine has said that has made her become the loud American in the house?
Some of it was a little distasteful, I thought. And she did a few gestures that I found very embarrassing, which I didn't like.
Lionel, what did she exactly say you wouldn't do?
Well, would you like me to stick my finger up your... it was just... And I found that vomit-making. That upset me last night. Did I look upset?
Lionel!
Now, Rachel, from what you've seen of all of them, who do you think is going to be spending the most time in the diary room?
I think Liz Jones is the most likely person to spend time in the diary room. She's a writer, she's used to a solitary life, and she makes a living out of confessing her soul to the public. So that's, no change there, really, for her.
There you go. Well, listen, without changing the subject too much, I know you thought that I'd probably never say this, but I'm getting a bit annoyed of hearing my own voice, to be fair. Well, you are? So I'm going to ask the audience some questions, and guess who it is who's up first? Superb. You're right, gorgeous.
All right, Rylan.
What's your question for our Rachel?
Oh, Rachel, my love.
Hello.
In your professional psychological opinion, do you think that the bath will be good to... Do you agree with Lee on what he said about the bath?
No. Having sex in the bath is very bad for ladies on all counts and should never be done. Water should never get that high. That's all I'm saying. Never.
What about for men?
Well, you're all hanging out there, aren't you? It's all right for you.
I weren't on about that.
You should never let water get that high.
Siobhan, you've got a question for me, baby.
Sophie, do you think Louisa is intimidated by any of the other girls?
Oh, good question.
Yeah, that is a good one. I have to say, after watching last night's programme and her VT, I was extremely surprised at how she was reacting to the other women in the house, because she was kind of all mouth and no trousers, really. She's kind of insinuating oral sex on the VT, and then she got in the house and she's like a little mouse. And I think she thought she was going to be one of the dominating characters.
Do you trust her, Sophie?
No. No.
Does anyone trust her? No? Good answer.
No, I'm afraid Jasmine, however outrageous, and I couldn't ever see me being best friends with her, but she is entertaining, and she's American, she's from Vegas, she's very Vegas. Louisa, she was sitting back, she didn't once, sit and ask questions to anybody else, this, that, and the other. She hasn't really had any conversations from what I can see with anybody.
She tried with Evander, but he just wasn't interested.
She didn't. She was mean to Evander. She was mean to Evander.
Well, listen.
I think she was mean.
Day one, we can't make too much judgment.
Have you, Evander? No, I've got
Rachel, we can't make that much judgment, can we, though, on one night show? Let's be fair.
I just feel her VT and the way she went into the house and she was interacting with the other housemates doesn't kind of correlate.
Okay. Right, listen, I've got one really, really quick question from John. John, what's your question?
Carol, this is for you. Liz's feelings towards Dappy, do you think they're genuine?
No.
Definitely not.
In a word, no. When she went into the diary room and started saying, I really miss Dappy, I don't want to be attached to him. It's absolute bullshit. It's rubbish.
You treat him like one of our pets.
No, seriously, she was delighted when she was separated from him.
Oh,
and
I think she was relieved.
Yeah,
I think she was very
totally
relieved. Listen, we've got to end it. Excellent questions, guys.
Well done,
Excellent
audience.
questions. Very proud. All of those questions made more sense than the fact that Dappy claims to have an A star in GCSE in English. But time now to have a look at what Carol and Sophie's mate Lauren Harris and our new roving reporter Laura Jackson made of the celebs clobber.
Cake!
I'm Laura Jackson and I'm joined here by fashion guru Lauren Harris.
I'm not judging them on their personality, I'm just judging them on their fashion.
It's Jim Davidson. He's gone for a grey suit. I really like this on him.
No, I don't like the suit, I don't like anything. That makes him look older. I think he looks not very good at all.
It's Linda Nolan.
I don't like the cape because it's not long. I don't like the top, I don't like the trousers, I don't like the shoes. She's tried.
Okay.
God bless her.
It's Dappy.
Oh my God, what is it?
I think this looks
He
like...
looks absolutely hideous. He looks like he's had paint thrown at him. Disgusting, awful. Did they pay him to wear that?
It's Liz Jones. I like that long jacket.
For me, that would be going shopping in.
You wear those heels to go shopping in?
I wouldn't be seen dead in the dress.
Sam Fairs. An amazing
I quite
jumpsuit.
like that.
Oh, you can see her pants. It's got a bit of a VPL.
I think if you're going to go for that look, you don't ruin it by showing your knickers off.
It's Jasmine Waltz.
Oh, what is it?
I think she's going for the kind of rock chick, gothic look. I'm not a big fan of baring the tummy.
But she's showing a midriff.
But she has got the figure for it, so we can't blame her.
I've got the figure for it, but I don't show mine up. No, I don't.
It's Lee Ryan. Oh, he's in a suit.
I think he looks better than Jim Davidson, because at least he's not wearing a tie and he doesn't look old-fashioned.
It's Casey Batchelor. It is a little bit racy for me. There's a lot.
It's a bit short. It's a bit too short. And not a bad dress. It's got something to it. It's different.
It's Ollie Locke.
No, what a letdown. The outfit is very nice. The handkerchief really takes it away from it. And I think if you look like Ollie, you can wear anything. I think he's sexy.
Would you go on a date with Ollie?
Oh, I would go on a date with Ollie.
It's Lionel Blair. Lionel Blair. That's amazing. I love this suit.
Yes, I do as well.
I'd give him one in that, definitely.
Oh my God, the things you say are shocking. Shocking.
It's Louisa Zisman. Oh, a red dress.
I quite like it. I think that's the best dress of the day.
It's sexy, but quite chic at the same
And
time.
it's sweet. And I've always said sweet is sexy. I don't like the shoes though. She's the only one who's worn something relatively classy, and she shouldn't have sported with tarty shoes.
It's Evander Holyfield.
Got another suit. No, God! Look at the cut and the way it falls. It looks cheap. It's like it's bought from a catalogue.
It would have been nice to see something a little bit different. And actually, I quite like Daphne's outfit now, having seen all the boys in
Daphne's
tailoring.
outfit. Are you on acid?
Don't hold back, Lauren. That's all I can say. Well, thank you so much, Fashion Guru. I think I'm going to go home and reevaluate my wardrobe after some of your comments.
I'm sorry if I was honest, but honesty is always the best policy. Welcome back to Celebrity Big Brother's bit on the site, where, like Jasmine Waltz, we make a living by getting it all out in the open, you know? Sharing is caring, isn't it? Unless it starts itching. Anyway, time to check in with the news hound, Carol McGivern, in the reality gallery. All right, Cal?
Yes, Rylan, don't think just because I'm all the way up here, I can't hear you. Now, here's today's news. Now, at 12:04 this afternoon, Louisa and Evander seem to finally be bonding over their love of punching. Although I don't think Evander was that impressed with his new sparring partner.
Think I'd be a good boxer? Shall I show you how I punch? I'll go like this. Oh, fuck. I think
Yeah, you want to hit with these.
With the knuckles?
These two knuckles. You don't want to hit with these two.
These
two. Yeah.
Okay, try again.
Yeah, just like that. Yeah.
Is that a good punch?
Yeah, good punch.
Oh, that was bad.
Okay, that's good.
Good
twist. That's good.
Oh.
Yeah, just like that.
Oh my God, I made my knuckle bleed. I made myself bleed.
Did you? You do it. Sit down.
Now, it is important to learn self-defence, obviously, but probably not wise to practice on the former undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Why not try punching something a little bit softer, like a tank or Ryland's head? Now, at 1:03 this afternoon, Casey was enjoying her first shower in the house. As we all know, showering in a strange house can be a really lonely experience. Luckily, she had Lee Ryan from Blue on hand to keep an eye on things.
Okay. Look away.
I'm not. You can't see anything. You can't. I so didn't look. I didn't look.
You so did.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I did.
I've not got the body wash.
I'm not looking. Look, see? I'm promising.
Now, something tells me the fact they're tied together is purely incidental. He would have been right outside that shower, no matter what, the dirty pervert. And finally, at 3:04 this afternoon, Big Brother set the housemates a building challenge in pairs. The housemates had to choose building blocks with stories from their past written on them. Whoever had the most relevant blocks built the biggest tower and therefore was released from the handcuffs.
It's simple, yeah? I released a record midweek. It was at number 3, number 4. My manager said, mate, I'm gonna have to do something. So by Sunday, it gets to number 1. I'm thinking, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Then I saw this thing on the internet with Ashton from JLS and Chris Brown, and they had their bits hanging up. Now, I was thinking, them lot ain't packing too tough, so... So what did I do? I took a picture of the baby's arm holding the apple. It went in every newspaper, magazine, and by Sunday I was number 1 by miles.
To find out how they got on, make sure you tune into the main show tomorrow night at 9 p.m. That's your lot for tonight's news. Now, Ian, what's happening under your cloak of darkness?
Yes, thank you very much, Carol. Though this is the bit I always dread, because I always get busted being in the camera runs. They're cooking their supper, and you can smell it, and it smells delicious. Dappy has sat on his own on that corner. He's dressed himself as a tea bag, a rather grumpy tea bag. He's sat there. He's not spoken to anyone. Everyone else is chatting and interacting. Well, I say everyone. Liz isn't either. I think that since they've split up, they've kind of been a bit isolated from the group. And Ollie's wearing a onesie. They were popular 3 years ago. Good for him. It's a Union flag onesie. How patriotic. Some of the things that's happened today, Dappy has spent a long time chatting to Big Brother, and he thinks that if he flirts with the girls, the public will keep him in because they want to see a little bit of Dappy romance taking place. He's wrong. Lionel now thinks that Jasmine has calmed down and she's actually a nice girl. He's wrong. Lionel also is asking, he lost a tooth. Does this happen to all people a lot? He lost a tooth and he found it on a cotton bud. I wonder if the tooth fairy's going to come. Probably not. But they seem to be having quite a nice time. But look, Dappy and Liz. There's 2 little groups and they're excluded from both. Right, back to you, Ryan. I'm going to watch this lot.
Cheers, Ian. Oh, it's like when I first met Ian, looking at something like that, when we met in that brothel.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was lovely. Listen, it's time to get digital with my Ian number 2. What's been happening online since last night's launch?
Well, first of all, you might have remembered yesterday, Ian 1 mentioned that you guys got the chance to influence next week's tasks.
Yes.
So, you need to go on the website.
I found out what it is today.
Did you?
Ooh, it's out of this world. Out of this world.
Okay, so there's a poll on the website. You get to rate the celebs on their different various categories. Okay, so sexiest housemate, whatever, at channel5.com/CBB poll. At the same time, we want you to go on Twitter and we want you to give us your no-holds-barred opinions on the housemates, all part of next week's task, and the hashtag for that is CBBTask. Remember it. Cool. How long have we got?
Oh, babe, I've got a minute for tweets.
Oh
Go
my
for it.
God, amazing. Well, first of all, we've got a really good clip on the website, which is basically housemates asked each other anonymous questions before they went in, and we clipped it together, and it's quite funny, and they answer the questions. So check it out. Go on the website.
Yeah.
Some tweets. Caroline Foster says...
Hello, Caroline.
These are some of the hashtag CBB tasks that we're talking about. Okay. Caroline Foster says, Dappy trying to hold on to that little thing that is left of his career. Just go home, mate. Quite harsh. Bailey said, Sam is the most down-to-earth woman ever. So kind, beautiful, and a very good businesswoman. And we've also got Shaniqua. Great name, by the way.
Shaniqua!
Says,
and what?
I know. She says, Casey seems so fame and money hungry. Let's see if she actually has a personality.
Well, let's just see.
Think
Thanks,
you can
Ian.
do better? Give us
a
some
tweet.
more.
Give us a tweet.
Hashtag.
And don't forget, on Monday, the phone room is back, so Miss Willis will be taking your calls. Details of how you can get involved are on the website. Thank you, Ian. We're going to have to leave it there. I've got a live PA in Huddersfield tonight.
Really?
No, I'm just going to go and have a wax. I want to thank Sophie and Em for keeping it classy. Cheers, So. And of course, our fantastic psychologist, Rachel Morris. Us three will be back next week, and make sure you join Emma on Monday at 11 o'clock. And if you don't see me before then, I'll see you on Wednesday. Lots of love. Bye!